Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today is an exciting day. We are actually ready to put the motor back together and hopefully get it in the car. I don't know if it's going to happen all in one day or one video, but the block is done. We got our pistons and rods in and everything is ready to go. So I told you guys that I was going to do some upgrades on here, and the reason why it took so long is because that's exactly what I was doing. So as you can see, the block looks a little bit different now. We got our dowel pins inserted, so we have a semi-closed deck. So these pins are going down maybe about an inch just to support the cylinder walls, so when we're under high load and high boosts, the cylinder wall does not move around, and there's room underneath for the coolant to go through all the jackets, so it still can keep the engine cool. So we are all lubed up. Everything, as you can tell, there's a little bit of assembly lube in the cylinders. Everything is cleaned and ready to go back in the engine. So let me bring you over here, and I'll show you what we got for pistons and rods. So these are our forged pistons and rods. You can see the very large H-beams there. We got all new timing components, new chains, new guides, upgraded gears, everything. And then we also got ourselves some ARP head studs. So what I was only able to get 6 studs for the larger 11 mil on the head, so the 6 around the middle, and then I still have the stock 4 corner bolts for the 10 mil. So the 6 bolts I got, I did a lot of research, and the Evo X, those rod bolts are the exact same size as the stock ones. So you can see here's one of the old stock bolts. They are the same size. So that will give us a lot more clamping force on the head, so we don't blow the head gasket or anything. And eventually I will see if I can try to find some 10 mils that I can just replace. All I'd have to do is just pull the valve cover off and swap those out. So what we're going to do now is get the pistons and rods installed, and then we're going to do the head, and then start working on some of the timing components. So I'm going to put you up on the stand, and we'll start working on that. Alright, so we got the head back on. We haven't started putting any accessories on yet, but we got everything torqued down to spec. The ARP bolts were, I think, 30, 65, 90, and then the stock 10 mils on the outside were 30 newton meters, and then 90 degrees, and then 180. So, oh, and these were 22 newton meters, I believe. So yeah, everything's all torqued. Head is on. So yeah, the head looks good. We're gonna start putting on some of the bottom components. We need to do the oil pump, and then put all the timing stuff in, gears back on, all that stuff. And then we can start putting on all the accessories. I have everything kind of laid out over here, exactly how I took it off. But yeah, so we'll start working on that. There's a lot of stuff to do still, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it all put together today, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, so we'll start working on that. Alright, so we got the oil pump all torqued down. We got the head on, we got the cylinders in. We're going to start working on the timing components now. So we got to get the all the chain guides and everything in. So I got all the new stuff here. The new gears and everything, they have like little teeth on them, like laser etched, so they don't slip out of time. The older ones were smooth and sometimes would slip timing. So I got all new chains, everything, all the guides, like I said. And yeah, we're gonna start doing the timing. Oh, and I did replace the main seal also, so this is brand new. Hey guys, how's it going? So it's a couple days later. I forget exactly where we left off, but I remember I was trying to get the timing set and the timing chain and everything on, and I realized as I was putting everything together that they sent me the wrong timing kit. So this timing kit is for like an N54 and 55. From what I can tell, it's so similar that I thought it was the right one with like some upgraded parts or something on it, but it turns out that it doesn't fit. It's just missing a bolt hole. So luckily I have the gear and all that kind of stuff, but I did order a new kit, and that came in today. So we're back at the video, and we're gonna hopefully try to get the rest of this put together today. I don't have much time. I have a couple hours before I have to go do something, but the new timing kit's in, and I have all the torque specs and everything, so hopefully we can get it back together. So here's the old kit. This is the one that came. Unfortunately, I bought it like a month ago and they won't let me return it. So here's the new one. I just have to put that together and then swap over the gear and put it in the block. So this is kind of where we're at now. We have the head on and torques. The cylinders are all in. The front main seal has been replaced. Let's see here. We have the oil pump on as well, and then the oil pump gear is all torqued on there. So another problem I ran into was my oil pump tool. I had this little cheap Chinese one, and as you can tell, if you can see, the pins broke out, so I wasn't able to lock the gear in place to torque this, but that's all good now. Everything is out of there and ready to go, so I guess I can put the oil filter back on now. But yeah, so we're just gonna get the timing chain in, the timing chain guides, and then just start putting on all the accessories. That's pretty much all we have to do, since the hard part of the head and the cylinders and all that's already done. So I'm gonna put you up on the stand and we will start working on that. right, as you saw, we just got the engine timed and all of the bolts back in for the chain guides. Yeah, the only thing I probably didn't need to put the cam tool up top here, but did it anyway. And yeah, everything's torqued down. I just spun the motor over a few times and it feels great, super smooth. There's no compression obviously because we don't have our injectors in there, but yeah, everything seems to be working perfect. So now it's just a matter of putting all the accessories back on and getting everything back together. So this whole pile of junk over here needs to go back on the engine and then it's ready to go back in the car. So pretty stoked about that. It's been way too long waiting on parts and various things and time to actually work on it, but hopefully I'll be able to get most of it back together tonight, and then maybe tomorrow or this weekend I'll get it dropped in the car. So yeah, I'm just gonna start working on some accessories and then we'll see how far we get tonight. All right, so I don't know where we left off. My camera or my phone was full, so I lost some footage there. But got most of the engine put back together. Well, actually, probably like 99% of it. There is a few plugs I have to figure out where they go, and this little bracket I got to put on the back here still. But other than that, yeah, she is ready to go back in the car. My shop is a mess, so I need to clean all this up before I can pull the car in here and get the motor back in. I might try to do that tonight. It's only like 8:30, so I still have some time to work on this. So yeah, I replaced all the seals. The axle seals on both sides, those are new. I changed the oil filter out too while the camera was dead. All the accessories are on except the AC compressor, which is in the car still. And we got all our injectors in. I do have to break these loose and put on our little grounding straps. But other than that, all the plugs, everything's ready to go. Everything's routed in the right place as far as I can tell. What else? I think that's it. Oh, this right here, I did notice this was cut when I was taking it out. I know there's like I don't even know what it is, like a little PVC system or something that goes in the back. So I don't know if I need to plug that off or what. The previous owner had cut it and it was just kind of hanging there in the car when I got it, but it was running okay. So I'm not really sure what that's for. But yeah, like I said, everything is pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna clean up the shop real quick, and then I'm gonna pull the car in and try to at least get this in the car and on the motor mounts. And then maybe we'll hook some stuff up and see what happens after that. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that now, and then you'll probably see me next with the car pulled in the shop. Okay, so it took me quite some time, but I was able to finally get the engine in. This thing was a pain just based on where this sits. The angle of the engine was so off, I had to really struggle to get it straight to get it back into the transmission. But as you can tell, everything is good now. I just have to mate those together. Got the mounts on and in the right spots, and everything else is good to go. So now we're pretty much just going to be hooking up all the accessory lines, air, all that kind of stuff. I might try to start it before I get everything on just to make sure it's good, so I don't have to pull it back out again. Alright guys, it's been a couple days. I've only had maybe an hour or two to work on this until this weekend. It's actually Sunday. I was busy all day yesterday working, and then Friday night didn't have much time after work. So I finally got everything put together. I didn't record much of it because it was really just hooking up hoses, filling up fluids, getting everything connected again. But we are done. Everything is back. Everything's all plugged up. We got all of the transmission bolts in. We got oil and coolant. All the electronics are hooked up. We have all the air hoses, everything, and then that pain in the ass line that goes back to the transmission. Also, the exhaust gave me a bit of trouble getting that clamp back on. I think that is it. I have all the electronics hooked up as well. I have not started this yet. I know there's some very old gas in here. It's been, I guess, sitting since 2018. But I think I'm ready to start it and make sure there's no leaks or anything. I hope not, because I already put kind of the bottom panels and everything back on. So, yeah, this is going to be the first start of this car. Cross my fingers, and I hope everything works. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Sounds all right. I don't see anything dripping. That's a good sign. Exhaust sounds good. No smoke. Engine's running super smooth. I put about 6 quarts of oil in it, and I'll probably take a whole nother quart, which I do have. I'm gonna let it warm up and do the break-in cycle. I think I'm just gonna do 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off, 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off, and then let the rings seat. So I'm gonna go through that process, and then we'll be back checking fluids and everything. Alright, so we're back, and I did a couple heat cycles, probably about an hour later, keeping the RPMs between 2 and 3, and then letting it idle for a little bit. So we got up to temp 3 times now, and the car is running great, super smooth, no issues. We have a check engine light on because of the thermostat is bad. I had a couple random misfires and the car shut off, but other than that, it's been great. I think it just needed to work some kinks out. I haven't driven it yet, because we have zero gas. I put a little bit of gas that I had left in my quad in the car's 91, so worked fine. But car's running great. We have no smoke or anything. Sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm super happy. I think everything turned out awesome. The pistons and rods are running fine, and I put the bumper on while we were doing the warm-up, so it looks freaking awesome. I have to get the bottom splitter screwed up. I didn't drill the hole yet, but yeah, the grill looks great. I don't know if you can tell, but again, the color is off. It's like a cream color here and then like a very white. So we're gonna have to get that painted, and I haven't done anything with the headlights yet. I gotta get probably some new ones. It looks like the glass is has a bunch of little cracks in it, just probably old and sun-baked. But yeah, they look great. I'm super happy with everything, and the car is running now, so we could probably drive it. I do need, like I said, I need to get some gas, but other than that, super happy. Everything's awesome, came out great. So yeah, thanks for watching and following along to this build series. We're not quite done yet. We still have some visual and cosmetic mods and stuff to do, and then hopefully in the future we can get a bigger turbo and some performance upgrades. So what I'm thinking is high pressure fuel pump, the low pressure fuel pump, and then a bigger turbo, and then a new set of injectors, and we should be pushing like 400 horsepower pretty easily, especially with the block. And well, obviously we'll need to tune too, but yeah, with the exhaust, downpipe, I need to get an intake, but other than that, we have all the supporting mods. The block is super solid. That'll get us up to 800 horsepower, no problem, with the forged pistons, rods, and the decking that we did. Engine staying cool, even with the rods in there, so that worked out well. I haven't had any problems with heat on both heat cycles. The engine coolant temp is perfect, oil temp is perfect. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video. I'm done for the night. I'm super happy, everything's back on. We have zero leaks, no other issues. So yeah, so I'm done rambling on, but yeah, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.